got fun and games, we got everything you want, just call out our names. Whatever you may need will make your dreams come true. In the Fan Zone, the adventure awaits for you. Step into the magic, feel the energy. Open up your mind, set your spirit free. Welcome to the Fan Zone. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the Fan Zone. Take a step and go. Welcome to the Fan Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Fan Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Fan Zone where dreams are shown. Welcome to the Fan Zone, where the music plays, dancing in the moonlight, enjoying sunny days. In this world of wonder, anything is possible. Come along and join us, let's make it unforgettable. All your hopes and fears, they will disappear. Feel the love and joy, let it all be clear. Welcome to the Fan Zone. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the Fan Zone. Take a step and go. Welcome to the Fan Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Fan Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Fan Zone where dreams are shown. Where dreams are shown. Welcome to the Fan Zone. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the Fan Zone. Take a step and go. Welcome to the Fan Zone. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the Fan Zone. Take a step and go. Welcome to the Fan Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Fan Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Fan Zone where dreams are shown. Oh, yeah, yeah. Where dreams are shown.
All right, welcome everybody. Doing a little bit of D&D in this Fan Zone. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
Everybody say hi. Cool, cool, cool. Shut that down. I just need to make one little change. And we will be ready to go. Nope, not this one. It is. There we go. All right. So tonight we are doing the Crystal Heart campaign with Nick as the DM. He is above me, so I'll go ahead and turn it over to him.
Welcome back. When last we left our adventurers, they did some shopping. We got a new quest to investigate. Well, one of the various ruins in the uh, region, um, which it was kind of left up to them which one they wanted to tackle. Um, but that in exchange for investigating these ruins, finding some ancient draconic scripts that should be there, um, and returning back with the knowledge to Van Hasting, the flamboyant, uh, not local magic shop owner, um, that party would be rewarded with a rare magic item, and if the first one goes well, there are other ruins and places of interest to explore here in the Crystal Heart region. So our party took off, deciding to travel towards the cliffside ruins, which were about a week's travel away. Um, deciding to travel along the cliffside between the kind of western half of the region and the scale lands to the east, trying to skirt the Sterling Forest um, when they were attacked on their first day as they were passing by the forest by, well, let's, I guess, get into it as I should share the map with you guys. As an earthquake shook the area around them, causing Senshi and Mer to fall off the cart prone, as some shadows kind of grew and manifested from underneath the cart, and lumbering out of the uh, forest, flanked by two large frogs, was oop, that's not what I meant to do. I want to actually share this image. This lovely looking guy. Um, as we have entered combat. As I stalled a little bit longer, our group had you know, a nice, interesting interaction. We're able to buy more magic items than they were expecting from Van Hasting, the um, flamboyant and musically gifted, if a bit careless, magic shop owner.
Very good about like establishing his brand though.
Yes, very on brand. Um, uh, yeah, where our those were able to get a couple of trinkets, a couple of interesting little items. Merit was gifted after bonding, as well as thinking it would be good for their chances of doing the job for them. A special lit that will read aloud scripts for them, as well as boost Merit's AC. Um, and they were joined by a new companion, uh, Glorback Woodspark, who's the son of one of the tavern owners there in Scale Cliff. And it was, his father was an adventurer, and now he wants to be one. Um, doesn't seem to be all there in the head, but or well, not like he's a bit naive. We'll go with, um, but very inspirational, wanting to go out, venture, experience things, and protect his fellow, um, you know, maybe not friend yet, but coworker, his compatriots. Yep, nah, I see ya. Um, and with that, I'm gonna share this again. In case you need a reminder, Mantha, this is what the guy looks like.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and with that, I'm gonna have everyone roll initiative. We did end at the end of last session. We did have Glorback did manage to rein the horse into control, and I'm trying to remember. Barnacle did something as well. I am blanking on exactly what you did though. But I
No,
remember
we
you
didn't do
involved.
anything. We were talking about the new Divine Smite and True Strike and Divine Sense and stuff. They just appeared. The two
Oh,
giant frogs,
right.
the upright one, and the shadows. Did not
So
have
you
time
did
to
make your
react.
save, so you're not prone and you're still in the cart. So we got that. Do.
It doesn't have my initiative. What?
Oh, and before we actually get into it, I do want to check. Merritt, have you done your AC because of the gauntlet? Which I am
Yeah.
the glove of many languages, which I'm assuming you did spend the time to attune to. You had more than enough time to do so.
I would assume that he would be smart enough to have attuned to it. So, yes.
Um, for I did not actually have much time this past week, so I did not code anything for that. Here, if I just real quick do the uh, I believe it's just that. I believe that should do it. If I remember correctly for how the ACs go.
That looks correct.
I'll give him
Oh,
a
keeping in
+1 to
mind your
armor
AC
class.
should be, I believe, and you did equip your ar- new armor, right? The studded leather is equipped.
I think so. My deck
Which gives
just
you
isn't
a
so.
yes. 12 plus 1. Yep. So you should have an AC of 14 with the of bonus, or it's more of a gauntlet, but you know. So if we'll keep that in mind if there's issues, but yeah. Alrighty. And with that, I think everyone's rolled initiative. Actually, I should. I'll why not? I'll roll it for the horse. 4. We'll probably largely ignore the horse, but it's there if need be. Alrighty, let's get started. With that, one of the shadows goes first. This shadow that kind of like emerges from both your own shadow as well as the undershadow of the wagon kind of comes up. It has like it looks well bloated, bit thicker but still like see through as it kind of reaches out towards you on the ground there, Merritt.
Rude.
Does have disadvantage because it's in sunlight, but it no, I'll just it does not take advantage of the fact that it merged. Yeah, it's not smart enough to do that. So yeah, it has disadvantage on it, even though it has advantage because you're prone. But yeah, so ends up being a straight roll and a miss with a 13. Good, it's working.
Ooh.
Um,
We
that's
really
its turn.
had to test it. Obviously, that was what
Yeah,
that was.
that was. Yeah, that brings us to Orback, who's just um rested control of the horse and has kind of calmed it down. Uh, what's Glorback doing? Antha.
Good question. I think right now, Glorback thinks that the shadows are probably a bigger danger of like scaring the horse. So he's going to go ahead and jump off like the back of the cart.
Maybe they'll leave. What's your question?
To that spot.
Or you can search.
Uh,
There's nothing in it, but you can do it.
and is he capable of drawing both his sword and his shield at the same time?
No. People so fast.
I would say, yes.
'Cause he's-
We'll say for this particular case, yeah, you're able to get your kind of sword and shield out at the same time.
Or below.
Okay. In that case, he's going to go ahead and use his long sword to try to attack this shadow thing. So that's this. Ooh. It's a hit. Okay. Did not expect that. But hey, it wasn't a 1. Like it was kind of sitting on. And then he can go ahead and try to use his bonus action to shove this guy with his shield. If I remember correctly, there's spikes. We don't have them coded, but they are.
Yes.
It's
It does have spikes. I did not code it. That's my bad.
Yeah, no, that's all good. Okay,
So
so
D4 piercing and just does so when you shove.
okay, so I don't typically shove. So what does shoving do? How does it work?
It is an athletics check for the user. It is a contested check. The defender can either do an acrobatics or athletics check to contest. If you highest roll wins.
So I will go ahead and roll athletics. So that's a DC 22.
And if you succeed, you can either push them back 5 feet or knock them prone.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
I'm just pointing that out. That's a 1.
Ooh, okay.
So you do shove the shadow. Nope. Do you want to knock them prone or move them just 5 feet away?
Glorback wants to knock them prone.
Okay, like one more container right here.
So he's gonna go ahead and knock them prone. Let me roll a 1d4. That's 2. So he does 2 points of.
Is 1 because these are resistant, unfortunately, but I will definitely add it.
Wow, that's rude. How dare shadows not get hurt by normal things? That's fucking stupid. How dare you? Totally doesn't make any sense at all. Anyway, I don't think there's.
I don't think I actually put the prone effect as a part of the thing, so I'll just throw prone on the person.
I stopped hearing the noise.
And I'll real quick give you that.
All right. I think that's Glorback's turn, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass.
What happened?
You want me to go ahead and do all the prone stuff so that you can focus on the billion NPCs you're running?
I would appreciate it.
I gotcha.
Alrighty. Giant frog number uno.
And Senshi is also prone, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Which I think I have it on them.
Ooh. Shadow is immune to prone. Apparently. I didn't know it showed you that if you tried to put the wrong effect on somebody. That's cool.
Damn it! Well, hold on.
It's a shadow.
Admittedly, I also forgot about that as you.
We talked about prone for so long too.
So Glorback, slices through the shadow, kind of his blade passing through, following it up with a shove. The spike's kind of digging into its form, but seeming to do lot less damage than he's like expecting. And it's like it just kind of morph. It like sort of falls over in its shadow form before just amorphously just kind of comes back.
Nice.
Seeming to kind of casually laughing as it does so in his face.
All right.
This frog jumps over in two big leaps. Um, and is going to dash and hop onto the cart right next to Barnacle. Hopping over the horse onto the cart. And will kind of turns to face him. This, big ass frog looking fella. That brings us to the other frog, which I rolled their. I don't know. I did roll their initiatives individually. It just they apparently got the same thing.
Same.
Is going to kind of end up doing the same thing. Do. This one will. Oop, will come kind of towards Merritt and up to the other side. That's its turn.
How dare
This is
he?
to Barnacle. Got some shadows all around and a giant frog the size of like a large dog sitting right in front of you.
All right, so I'm going to call out Senshi, get next to the heck, Glorback, like we talked about. Since Glorback's not doing his job and staying next to somebody, and I'm going to talk to him about
I
that
thought
later.
it would work if I was next to
And
the person that was attacking somebody. Is it that I do the thing if the allies within 5 feet or the enemies within 5 feet?
doesn't say
Let me double.
within 5 feet against ally. I never remember which one you have to be next to.
Use its reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll of a creature within 5 feet of it whose target is psychic. See if I paraphrase that. I will double check this ruling. Keep going, Barnacle.
Okay, and then I'm going to step over. I don't know if I can go diagonally like this, but I am a halfling, so I can move through larger creature squares. But I want to step into the center and sort of hold up my holy symbol. As the clouds part a little bit and the sun reflects off it. You shadows are a tortured species. Go home. And there it is. Boink. Two failed. And that is an action. I moved. And I will call out Glorback and Tenchi, the ones near closest to you, are going to flee. If you hit them, they will not flee. Alright, he's prone, so he's going to stand up.
I will remove that. Oop. And I real quick, I did double check this. All you have to be is within 5 feet of the enemy that is attacking, and the target cannot be Lorback. So if
Cool, so he was
Shadow
right.
next to Senji, yes. So you
Excellent.
are right.
Alright, so I wouldn't have said that then. Perfect. That makes life a little easier.
Good double check. Yep.
I think Sentinel is different, but I don't know. Anyway, I always have to double check it. He's going to mumble some words under his breath, looking at this large frog, and we'll just target. Using the 2D mode, let me switch real quick because it's going to be. There we go. 1, 2, 3. As he holds up his holy symbol, and a little beam of light comes and settles on the three of them. So he blesses them. Merit.
All right. Merit.
And again, we did play like season.
Oh. I did not remember that. Thanks, Nick.
It wouldn't have applied for who you attacked anyways, but
Cool. I saw the get a crit on both a 19 and a 20, but I did not see that bit yet because Glorback rolled too well on initiative, and I didn't get to look at his character sheet. Anyway, Merritt is going to go ahead and stand up. Crazy.
all right, I got that removed from you because
Awesome.
right here.
And he is going to. I don't know. This. I feel like I use this spell wrong, but I like doing it this way. So he's gonna go ahead and cast Merit's Mage Armor on himself.
Such a pussy sometimes.
And
It's like one or the other. I'm either like
Via.
like killing. Can we just hide the whole
And then he's
get with me.
going to start moving. Crazy thing, being like flanked does not feel great. So he's going here and letting the giant frog try to make an attack of opportunity first.
Okay. I will do that. Do.
So as Nick's doing that, Merritt has like I guess Glorback's the only one who hasn't seen it at this point, but Merritt has like his own like mage armor where it's kind of like ice that's like spreading across his armor and stuff. Looks kind of cool. Does not look like your normal mage armor.
So as you do so, it kind of bites down onto you, or like kind of envelops you in its strong jaw, giving you some damage and is holding you in place as you are grappled.
Does damage to me?
It does do damage,
Oh,
which is
cool.
absorbed by your thing.
So he's
apply your effect.
and take this damage. It's rude that he grappled me, though.
And you are restrained by this.
Look where I'm
Well,
at.
fun. I need to like look up the effects because I can never remember like what restrained versus grappled versus incapacitated, like all that stuff is. So I'm gonna have to look that.
Here, I will share that with you real quick.
Oh, cool.
Under grapple essentially just means your speed is 0 and you can't move away. Restrained is grappled, but you also have disadvantage on your attack rolls, and people have advantage to attack you, and you have disadvantage on dex saves.
Gotcha. Okay.
As the creature's kind of mouth is kind of starting to envelop you as it's essentially trying to eat you. It has like you have pretty much just like one of your legs like entirely enveloped as it's slowly trying to kind of like suck you in. But it looks like it got really fucked up by your armor reacting and essentially just like spreading that cold energy just straight through him. You look like it looks like it's about to like it almost froze completely via that
Like you're
damage.
really trying to bite me.
Yep.
And it's over
You can
being
tell it's like it's
loud.
shivering. It still has you in its mouth. But it's frogs do not do well in the cold.
And Merritt's like, unhand me, you vile beast! Pointing at it accusingly.
Its eyes have kind of glazed over. It looks like it's starting to like fall asleep, but into like a permanent sleep. Meanwhile, this guy is afraid, or turned rather, and is going to move away and just flee. Very far distance. And I believe it also takes its action to do so.
Dash, I think. Barnacle warned Glorback of this.
Actually, wait. Question. When do you get Destroy Undead?
Well, yeah. Oh, look, there they are.
At 6th level, no.
5th level. I get half or lower,
Level, you get,
which is
Aren't
what I
you?
am. Mm-hmm.
so it'll be anything that's a CR
1/2 or
3 or
lower.
less, or 1/2 or lower. Let me double check what the CR is. This is a CR 1/2. So, actually,
Nice.
as you do so, the shadows are vanish. They as a kind of this lightning kind of pierces goes off of your holy symbol as you give your chant, and kind of goes towards the 3 ones, one missing one, but the striking through the other 2 as they kind of light up from the inside and kind of vanish as they're dispelled as
Nice.
destroyed by your ability. Glad I remember that, so I didn't have to. Well,
Crazy.
it saves me a little bit, but at the same time, hey, that's what would happen. That actually brings us to the big guy who's blundering down.
Now, is he walking on 2 legs, or does he hop on all 4 and then stand when he gets where he's going?
You can see he kind of like lumbers, so he does kind of like go down to all 4, but he also kind of like takes a couple of steps on hind legs, so kind of seems
Okay.
like he kind of goes between the 2 as he's kind of comes down and hops a little bit to get to there. As let's see. to reread how this ability works. Give me a second. Check that I just didn't miss something, because normally for these kind of abilities, you have to start in darkness. Let me double check that. Bear with me here. No, it just has to end in darkness. Okay. Or dim light. Interesting. So you watch as he kind of like lumbers up as it's like kind of assessing the situation. As it kind of, gets to here and it kind of like drops down to all fours, looking like it's, about to leap like a frog before you see it sink down into its own shadow. Before, Barnacle, I need you to give me an athletics or acrobatics check as you feel the cart underneath you lurch. As I also need to make a check here.
You go acrobatics.
So, give me a D4 real quick. Okay. As the cart underneath you kind of lifts up and starts to go to one side, you deftly leap off right down next to Senshi as the cart is up, ended onto its side towards Merit. You kind of hop off, seeing where it's trying to launch you almost. And it's just put onto its side. So, up as the big guy kind of has seemed to have appeared underneath it and basically just threw it to its side, kind of lurching the horse a little bit. The frog here also has to make a check. And that is not a good check. As the frog goes launching over the side of the cliff.
Wow.
Splat, 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 splat. So that frog dies. As you also rolled a 2, so very much failed, and our big boy rolled really high. Card is currently on its side. Looks like it's not broken or anything, but looks like it might have taken a little damage from being shoved onto its side. And it's in occupying those 3 squares, and it's up a few, so it's effectively blocking view of between line of sight through it. Yeah, that's its turn. That was its action. You do that as it's kind of one hand like on the cart, kind of like having it, having lost it, and now looking down on you 3. That brings us to the top of the round. Actually, the horse would have had a chance and had something that. Actually, let me just make a check for the horse here real quick. The horse is prone, as and is kind of struggling to get up in its restraints, or not its restraints. It's like bindings.
Right.
For now, the horse is kind of prone and seeming to be panicking. But that brings us to the top of the round with Shadow here. I'm going to rule that the card is kind of casting a shadow onto the side where Merit is. So the shadow is currently in shadow.
Nice.
So that just means it doesn't have disadvantage as it turns to strike at Merit.
Look, it already has advantage, okay?
I honestly
Rude.
As a hit. Um, Merit, I need you to roll me a d4 as you take some necrotic damage as you feel the life that is really high. But actually, so but absorbed entirely by your thing. Okay. Your strength is reduced by 2 as it takes the cold damage from you.
Okay. Let me clear my target. It's a little hard to target things with the 3 squares thing. There we go. Okay.
I can remove those if those are being a bother.
Like they're still following me.
And we can
It's
do
fine.
something else.
It's literally just me that's getting affected. So, there we go. There's the damage. Oh, partially resisted. Sad.
It's just following me.
It's fine.
It's two people that are following.
Ouchies. Not have very much strength in the first place. This is not good.
Yep, I'm going to just make a note here that
While you're making your note, Jingo coming in with the 300 biddies. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. He's also a subscriber. So appreciate you so much. Thank you for the love, Jingo. Everybody check out his wife's stream, Martian Cat. She does a lot of really cool things.
all right, that brings your strength down to an 11. I've made a note of what your strength originally is and when you will get that back. Alrighty. That is that dealt with. And this thing is all it can do as it's kind of reaches out as you're trying to be as the frog is trying to swallow you, and you feel it kind of life drain as it kind of drains your life. I believe that was the last of your armor. Also kind of drains into it, kind of spiking it with some ice, which doesn't seem to do as quite as much damage to the amorphous being as you would hope, but still damages somewhat as its form kind of flickers, or as it keeps itself together. That brings us to Glorback.
And real quick before Glorback, Martian Cat coming in hot with 500 biddies because she can't let him have the top cheer. So there you go.
Thank you,
Thank you so much, guys. You're awesome.
Hope you're having fun with our fight. Alrighty, Glorback, as you are staring down this large
Sorry,
frog person thing.
my Discord's been like stupid, and sometimes it doesn't let me. So here we go. Glorback is here. He's got a big old frog, and I mean, he can hit it. By the way, I was doing some coding for the martial advantage. What kind of damage does it do extra? Is it just whatever I did?
Whatever the weapon would do. So,
Okay.
probably
I'm just
slashing if
gonna
it's a
put it on
sword.
slashing it.
It would be piercing if it's your weapon.
It's like sort of, yeah. Okay. All right. So Glorback is going to go ahead and try to attack this guy.
Am I wrong?
Oh, that I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. I didn't even roll it. I just rolled a flat d20. I didn't even roll for the fucking. It's fine. Okay. Here we go. Here's his actual roll. That was him like imagining what would happen.
Yeah, visualization is a key part of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
That
You
is a
know,
hit.
he really like had himself like pumped up in his mind, and you know what? He kind of performed just as well as he thought he would. So he's gonna go ahead and do this. And once per turn, he can do this. So he's gonna do that. And then he's going to go ahead and make a bonus action. Try to shove this thing with his shield.
All right.
Oh, that's a DC 7. I'm not sure that's gonna work.
Yeah. No. He kind of tries to shove him. The Banderhob just kind of like puts out an arm, kind of like catching the top of the shield and pops him in place.
The Warback is not
automatic.
used to dealing with things that are larger than himself.
Yep.
Anyway, that's his turn.
This frog that has you in its mouth. It did not do that action because you are a medium-sized creature. If you were small, it'd be another thing.
I appreciate being a medium-sized creature right now.
Instead, it's going to just bite harder on you, essentially trying to like kind of. As you can see, like as you like have essentially just your whole leg in this thing, as it's just trying to, it's now trying to eat your leg off of you, and is gonna kind of just bite down harder.
Yeah.
The hit. That's the max amount of damage you can do. And yeah, that is its turn as it's just slowly just chomping down on your leg. It, like it looks kind of funny because it's definitely very much like biting off more than it can chew. It's going anyways, not backing down. Um, actually, give me a.
I'll give you anything, Nick. Come on, finish the thought.
Insight or Arcana?
Well, you know, I went to wizard school, so I'm gonna go with Arcana. Let me uncover the tower. Boop.
As we do so, you can tell that it, uh, well, this is, well, large variations of regular, creatures aren't common. They are a thing. Um, and while this, uh, but this doesn't seem like looking at its eyes, it does not seem to have like the, um, doesn't seem like it's a beast. It seems more like something that is being either being compelled magically or was created with magic. Um, you can kind of tell there's a weird glaze to the eyes that's giving it an intent that you wouldn't see from a creature, especially a creature that's been damaged to the extent that that your magic has afflicted onto it.
Yeah, like a normal
Um,
creature would probably have reacted a little bit to that, and this guy seems to just keep
yes,
on. Got it.
seeming to, yeah, not care. And, in fact, for you oddly get a weird hint, like glint of like hatred in its eyes towards you.
Yeah, that's
We're
rude.
just blowing shit up.
Anyway, Merritt feels a little bit offended by how much this thing cares about him? Question mark? I'm not. He's taking it a little bit personally.
does bring us to Barnacle. Looks like you're moving around.
All right, yes, and by the way, Martian Cat, don't forget to check her out. She's playing Dragon Age Inquisition. Uh, most of the games she plays are not my cup of tea. Horror and Death Till Dawn and Survive Till the Morning, whatever those are. But Dragon Age Inquisition is awesome. It's one of my good one of my favorites. So definitely check her out. As I run around, Barnacle is going to be trying to lean over a little bit. Can he see the frog from this side through the cart?
Yes, you can see the frog from where you're at.
And
I
yes.
would say it has like half cover,
Okay.
just from being right there, but you can see it.
There we go. Yeah, and just to clarify, I don't play the games myself, but I enjoy watching her stream. She usually plays with somebody else. Really funny, very interactive with the chat. So I enjoy enjoy watching the stream. It's awesome. Anyway, as I grab my holy symbol and these dark clouds sort of appear and settle in on the three of them as they are baned. Fail. Boo. Stupid frog men with their. The frogs are immune to Bane.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, it would help if I was facing them. That's probably why. Moved. Cast my spell. Oh, I'm going to yell at Senshi. Hey, Senshi, try to untangle the horse before it hurts himself. He is a little preoccupied right now, but he is going to slide over a little bit. And then try to smack this guy. Let's see.
All right, you get a +2 bonus from flanking from right there.
Yeah, I think just smacking him is going to be. I thought I had this conversation
Merrick,
before.
you are
I guess
on
they
deck.
aren't. Nice.
Oh, nice. Nice crit.
Get him.
Actually, smacks this thing boing in the back. Just sort of bounces off. There's a big rubbery skin.
Brings us to Merritt.
All right.
You hear the creature kind of, grunt in pain on the other side of the cart, having received a good whack to the spine.
All right.
You got creatures on you.
Merritt's got creatures on him. And that's inconvenient. So he's gonna go ahead and
Oh man.
I don't really know.
People.
I don't think he would have a weapon drawn right now.
Here, wait, get out of the back.
So can I just cast Fireball from inside this guy's mouth?
Look, more people. Oh shit.
I think I'd have disadvantage because I'm next to him.
You would have disadvantage, but you have no other issues casting the spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what?
I believe you do have a melee cantrip, don't you?
That I would have to have a weapon in hand, and I'm not
right.
too sure that he'd be able to. This might just be me getting too far into the role playing thing, but if I'm like hanging by my foot. And
Depends on the weapon. If you want, you could also make a check for it.
Sure. Yeah, he will go ahead and try to He carries too many weapons because he just like uses them for all sorts of shit. But he is going to try to grab for his spear.
All right, give me a sleight of hand check.
No, 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 no! What?
Oop.
You go to drag, kind of release your spear, but due to kind of being off balance and the frog, grabbing more, it has like the other end of the spear from where you're grabbing, like in its mouth, so you like
Well,
can't quite slip it out.
I hit that one bird and saw
makes
Leaving
sense.
you to default with your other plan.
Yeah. And Merritt, I need to make sure that he's targeting the correct creature. Crazy thing. And he's gonna go ahead and you know what? Cold worked so well on this guy. Now to give him like shock by using fire. So he's gonna go ahead and cast Firebolt.
I don't know.
Gonna mark disadvantage and then go ahead and roll. Ooh, and I am hashtag blessed. So that's gonna go ahead and hit.
Try double tapping.
So it does that damage.
Yes, it's like the green water.
Ooh,
But you only get
nice.
3 uses from each crystal.
Ooh, it's enough. Excellent.
And he like worms his way out of this thing's mouth. And
Yes.
now that he's actually there, he's going to yank that spear out of the frog's mouth and hold it at the ready. And that's his turn.
Alrighty. Brings us to the big guy, who is at the moment more mad at Senshi, who's the only one who's really done anything to it. Gonna kind of turn.
If
And
he's about to attack
he also saw you.
Oh, there's people.
Actually, with how it's first going to actually. Let me double check this creature's stuff.
So there's a jeep.
Yeah, no, it's going to attack Senshi. Kind of turns around.
Before he tries to attack Senshi, Glorback is going to go ahead and use his reaction to impose disadvantage. Because
Alrighty.
he's a master.
Yep, as he kind of like goes down to bite with its giant mouth, Glorback kind of like takes his shield and kind of like shoves down into its leg, so it kind of like off throws him a little bit as he goes to bite. Manage, and that was double twos. 10
Nice.
misses as it kind of goes down. He kind of like whips his head around at Glorback and follows up by launching his kind of tongue
Glorback's kind of
out
like
at
whistling, kicking at the dirt, like, I didn't do anything.
as it kind of tongue goes out, and that is a 1.
I
As he's like kind of
Nice.
he's like still kind of somewhat crouched. He kind of like turns his head in an awkward position as his like long tongue kind of like just goes over Glorback's head, and then you watch as it goes another like 10 feet further beyond him. It's a really long tongue before it retracts. Also, kind of you also notice that's like dark and splotchy. It's not. It looks nasty. We'll say that. As it kind of
And this
retracts
frog
back.
just rolled 2 2s and a 1. He is
Yeah,
not.
that was not a good round for him. Um, That brings us to the shadow, who's going to keep doing what it's doing and trying to whack it. Why was that at advantage? Because you are
I'm
still
still
grappled and
grappling.
restrained. Let me take those off and re-roll that. Actually,
Crazy.
wait. If I remember correctly, it does show them in the order they were rolled now, right?
It
I
should.
think that's an extension that's Funhead.
Or is that an extension?
Yeah,
Because I'm not seeing either of the rolls.
Well, his rolls, but he sees them. Just like if you look at your attack that you made while you were in the mouth, it shows you the order they did it.
Okay. In that case, I do have bad news because the
Rip.
hit and crit was the first roll.
Rip.
Um, unfortunately, uh,
Sucks to be you. So
you're still alive. But give me a D4 as it tries to drain
it's not
more
Fun time.
energy from
Fun
you.
time. Come on, roll a 1. That's a 4. Fuck.
Okay.
Merritt's like suddenly like the spear tip that he's been holding like starts to like droop and it's kind of like catching on the ground as he's like trying to like yank it back up.
Yep. um, Also like just your various equipment and stuff that you have like it's dragging you down now as at this point you were technically encumbered. We're not going to worry about that, but you're technically encumbered at this point because you're with your strength being 7, your like maximum carry weight is like 105 and you are currently holding almost 300.
I am currently weaker than a peasant. You know, just that.
Hey, I've got a strength of 8. Just calm down there.
Um, I'll say going off of your kind of actually give me another Arcana check as we move on to Glorback's turn. Um, you are aware of creatures that are like the shadow and beings like that, things that kind of drain your vitality. Um, and you are aware if it drains your strength to 0, you'll die.
Yeah, fun.
Um,
Fun.
but also, fun fact, um,
I can read
if
from this.
Leave it back.
uh, while it only takes them a short amount of time of resting to generally recover from such an effect or long amount of resting.
Hey, yours is meant to.
Basically, a short rest would help you. Um, if a humanoid dies, um, a new shadow will rise from the corpse
Ooh,
24
fun.
hours later, so
So
long as the
if I
person was
die, I
non-evil.
will live on as a shadow. Easy. You know?
Yeah,
Just like
new
slap
character.
like a wizard hat on it. It's basically the same thing.
Yep.
Anyway,
But with that knowledge in mind, it's Glorback's turn.
Glorback is going to go ahead and try to slash at Big Frog. Big Frog looks scary. So here's that. Woo! That's a crit.
Yeah, for sure. You can kind of see you standing.
Nice.
So question, does that also apply to the extra damage he's able to do?
That's fine with me.
Yes, it does.
Cool. So let's go ahead and roll that damage.
What the fuck, man? It's always kind of disappointing.
Yeah. And then
I feel like I didn't earn it.
roll that damage.
I did 6 on damage. Alright.
Nice, nice. Okay, and he's gonna go ahead and try shoving it again, you know? He managed to get like its kneecap last time, so he's gonna hope that
What?
that's a DC 25 for this frog.
Oh, nice. Nice roll. Let's see
rolled 2 19s.
That's not quite enough, as
Yeah,
you only got
a
a
big
17.
boy. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know, man. 1d4 piercing. That's really gonna do something. But
Prone
is
or
hmm?
I'm assuming prone
No,
is
that's
what you were kind
I
of shoving.
would, yeah. Considering sentries on the other side, we're gonna go with prone. So
Alrighty.
anyway,
If you
that's
want
where
to
I
throw that
stand.
effect on him, uh,
Yeah, I will go ahead and do the prone. You worry about other things.
yep. That brings us to Barnacle as you watch as Glorback stabs deeply into this thing's gut before taking its shield and kind of shoving its knee out as it falls onto the ground. Um, Still alive, but very much took a lot of pain from that strike. Um, as it's now prone kind of next to you, though you also have another shadow that seems to be um, rapidly draining the life from Merit.
All right, so I reach into a pouch and pull out a little flask, toss it onto the shadow. Hold on a second. Should be. Is my dex really that bad? It is. Okay. Never mind.
Me looking at my characters and not
Yay, I
realizing
hit. All right, so
that's
this holy water splashes on him. Yes.
As it,
Okay.
yeah, as you watch it just melts away, dying.
So everything over here is dead. So like, all right, Merritt, hang in there, and then I'm going to slide over one square to there.
Alrighty.
And I was talking over you, Mantha. What were you saying about your character?
oh no, just I didn't realize my XYZ was so low. Me looking at my characters, I'm like, did I really dump that stat?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes stat gets dumped for you.
Yeah. Well, I think I would have been dead if I got hit by that shadow like you did. Oh, Senshi, sorry.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Obviously, I took
Frenchie's up, Merit's
yeah.
on deck.
Okay, he's prone. So, and so he's going to disengage and move over. He doesn't want to damage the tack, but he is going to try to either undo the binds or sort of help the horse somehow. He calm it down and so he can stand up or do something to whatever it needs to happen.
Okay. I'll say, give me an animal handling check for Senshi. And while you do that, Merit, as you watch the shadow dissolve in front of you as Barnacle threw some water on it. Uh, you know, holy water. Uh, you are feeling weak. You are hurt. What are you doing? But you finally have a second to breathe.
Merritt is digging through his bags and grabs one, is about to take it, like notices like a little mark that he put on it, puts it back on his belt, and grabs an actual potion of healing. He's going to go ahead and drink that because ow, ow.
Right? I'll remind
I,
you, for my campaign, drinking a healing potion is just a bonus action, so you still have your action.
oh cool. I actually don't have this coded, so I'm just gonna go ahead and roll it.
How tall is this? Well, this thing is prone. Never mind. So you can't see him anyway.
All right. That's 6 hit points that he recovered.
I've never noticed this before.
Right, that puts you to 18 damage. I got that right now.
Like,
All right.
okay,
Merritt is gonna go ahead and
I jumped like 5 times.
he doesn't really know what's going on the other side of this cart, so he's going this way. 15, 20,
That's the only one on our jump.
25. No, he'll go 30 feet
There's a little
and
bird. Okay, hold on.
take a look at this big frog man.
Got you.
And you know
As
what?
you kind of come around, you see Senshi, who's as I'm seeing the roll now. You watch as Senshi's kind of like calming the horse and kind of also like undoing the binding or
Calm it
whatever it's
down.
called, so that it's not like choking the horse. Is helping the horse there.
Damn, that's good.
Mhm.
Automatically get it.
Yeah. Merritt does not want to try getting next to this frog. And I realize right now that maybe fire right next to a horse that's freaking out, not the best idea. So instead, he's gonna go ahead and throw a mind sliver towards this frog.
Ooh,
And he needs to make an intelligence save. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that at him.
It is. I love this guy. I'm such a badass with it. Like, what can I say, man?
That is a 14
Familiar.
or 15. So he's gonna go ahead and take this damage. And then he has this effect. He has a minus 1d4 on his next saving throw before the end of Merritt's next turn. That's his whole turn.
Yeah. As this little magical sliver goes into its large head, and apparently it does find a brain in there. Kind of, you know, you can see it kind of like holds its head as it stands back up, to its large stature. Da da da. From him. Do as he kind of um, shakes his head, kind of takes note of you over there, um, before turning and actually, how far? You're 20 feet away. Okay. Yeah, no, before he turns to Glorback, and goes to bite down on him. Actually,
Glorback thinks that's very rude.
first with his other thing. Nope. Okay, no. First you watch as he looks back at you, kind of like assesses, and then you watch as he kind of like sees Senshi, who's a little bit closer, and he goes to attack Senshi. First, as he kind of starts to launch his tongue out.
Well, I think Glorback takes offense and is going to go ahead and impose disadvantage on that attack.
Okay.
This guy should not have
Yep,
left his kneecap unprotected.
Please.
Rip.
16 is still a hit. As the tongue kind of latches on to Senshi, and kind of he watches he like it's kind of drains the life out of him a bit, as it then tries to pull him back. As I need Senshi to real quick make this save. Oh, and unfortunately, it as the life kind of is drained from him, and you watch as Senshi is pulled from the horse towards the creature. You can see that he loses concentration as Bless kind of drops on all of you, and he is pulled
No.
to right next to Big Frog Man.
Big Frog Man fucked up. That guy makes all our food.
Yep. As he kind of like lets his tongue kind of detach, kind of letting him drop roughly. Uh, Big Frogman will then actually turn his attention to Glorback, who's being a nuisance, and try to attempt to bite him.
Understandable.
18 is a hit.
So you said that he releases Senshi. So Senshi is not grappled or anything.
Nope, he was just
Okay.
yanked towards, and then the tongue detached. Meanwhile, as he then bites down and kind of starts to lift up Glorback as he takes uh, some piercing damage, and is then grappled and restrained.
I mean, that's the first damage Glorback's taken so far. So he's doing all right.
Kind of watch as
His dad's
he
concerned.
kind of lifts. He kind of has Glorback's like upper half kind of in his mouth. Still have his arm free, so he can still slash and whatnot. But like he's kind of like his upper half is kind of in his mouth, and he's dangling from his mouth as he kind of lifts him off his feet a little bit. That is his turn as Glorback, as you are being kind of raised up off your feet, grappled and restrained, but you're kind of still able to get your arm free to attack if you want.
Glorback would love to attack this guy.
He did.
So he's gonna go ahead and do I have disadvantage on this attack, right?
You do, but it should automatically do it.
Oh, okay. I will not manually do it then. Crazy thing. And I'm targeting him, so here's that attack. Oh, Glorback's just too good for him. I'm just gonna go ahead and do
I think they panicked.
that
Because,
damage.
like, well, maybe. I think they maybe meant to heal themselves and instead they're
That.
I'm
And
not sure.
doing that.
Yeah, there's a lot of shooting them.
And would he be able to try to use this bonus action to shove the frogman? Is that something?
Rule at the moment,
Or
no,
try
just due to the
shove
position.
himself out of its mouth?
Actually, we'll allow you to make the shove action as an attempt to break the grapple.
I
If you would like.
that.
Give
I'm
me
glad
an
that I made
athletics check.
I'm glad that I made a convincing enough argument. I will throw that in the dice tower, just so you can flavor it how you want it.
Fortunately, you're unsuccessful as his other arm with the shield on it is kind of like inside the creature. He's kind of like trying to get leverage to kind of like push out of the mouth, having already used his attack to kind of slice the lip of the creature who has him. But unfortunately, he's unable to find purchase as the tongue kind of like, as he's also trying to avoid the tongue that's kind of trying to like pull him in further. It smells rancid and like death and decaying bodies in here. That brings us to Barnacle with Senshi on deck.
All right, so I'm going to cast my spell and then keep casting it as I upcast it, building power. I'm going to make it third level.
Ooh.
Whew, I'm very glad I hit. as this rot and just expands from where I touch it. And oh yes, that is enough to make him drop Senshi.
Nice.
Third level spell gone.
Yeah. As you it's less that he drops Glorback and more of as you are inflicting these wounds and the decay is kind of spreading throughout that it just disintegrates around where it's holding Sentry as it kind of disintegrates into a pile of ash and bodily fluids as it kind of it's this wet kind of concoction before it kind of starts to very quickly dry and evaporate.
All right, and
Before
that's
it's quickly not there at all.
it for me. Since he's just going to sort of stagger up and he's not prone, so he's going to stagger back from this thing. Let's see. As he watches it die, he's just going to hold his mace and sort of move backwards and try to catch his breath and try to calm himself down. Was not expecting that.
Right, that does bring us to the end of our combat. Um, Merritt, you feel like shit. While the healing potion that you
Yeah.
chugged
I feel like
did help a lot with the physical wounds, but you're still feeling like emaciated and just drained of your um,
fuck
strength,
yeah.
physical
Yeah.
capability.
It is stumbling back from the horse just so that they can do. He's out of the way and he just flops on the ground. He's not helping.
Alrighty.
All right, and I'll tell Lorback to help with the horse as I come over, and Senchi's going to start saying a prayer, and you're going to take 10 minutes and cast a spell up to 6 creatures. Okay. Second level. Wow.
Oh, re-roll that. Double ones on a feeling like this. Uh,
Double ones on something that you spent 10 minutes to cast. Rip.
6. That's better. One more. Plus
Y'all
3,
roll
so
for
would have been 9 total. So
yeah.
it's a 4 more.
It brings you down to 9 damage and as well as and you down to 10.
All right, and
Or,
then
yeah.
Barnacle is useless as far as strength goes, but Senshi and Glorback will try to ride the cart. They can't. They can hook a rope to it and have the horse pull it down. Um, and then we'll.
Between Senshi, Glorback, and the horse, and Glorback, interacting with the horse, you guys are able to right the cart, and kind of, reaffix the horse to it. The horse didn't take, too much, didn't take, really that any real damage. You were able to kind of help it before it choked itself out or anything. It looked more spooked than anything, maybe a little bruised, but nothing too concerning. Uh, the cart itself is largely, good, if it is a little bit damage on the one side that it kind of landed on. But nothing that's too broken. Nothing that a mending spell couldn't fix if you guys have that.
I do. And I will use it. Make sure look carefully look over the edge, see if anything fell. Make sure that nothing actually went down the cliffside besides the frog.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know something definitely fell, but
Yeah, no, really just the frog. A few rock that tumbled. There's not actually water down there or any of the other stuff that's on like the cliffside in the map, but uh, you can like kind of see where the frog tumbled before like it landed on a outcropping far below, very clearly dead. Um, the shifting of some of the rocks from the earlier earthquake, but nothing too concerning.
All right. Thorback, have you done any kind of tracking or hunting?
uh, he's got survival.
Nice.
I've helped with the hunting guild every once in a while. Bring in some extra meat.
Well, I suggest we rest here for a minute, and then by a minute I mean an hour. Catch our wind, and then and Senshi can tell you what to do and how to prepare these frog meat to take with us. I'm going to study and try to check the creature to see if he is, besides the place that I destroyed with the spell, if the rest of him looks edible or is it disease of some kind. Um,
Give me a
where's
nature check, I guess. You are certain that it is not edible, and that if you were to, while it does appear to be frog-like, but it's looks like its meat is already spoiled, almost already on the bone, um, just from like the general, especially you kind of like look at its mouth and you see the almost like decayed or necrotic flesh inside. Um, kind of like looking at it, like it, some of it almost looks like semblance of muscle and bone, but like it's off. It's not like real, or it's not like proper meat or anything. It's
okay?
uh, well, like as best I could describe it is like it's almost like it's already spoiled. You are
We
certain that
already.
someone eat
Oh.
this, they would get sick or worse.
All right, yeah, I figured as much. Just double checking, and so since she will work with Glorback to cut and skin and get ready any of the meat from the frog uh, that they can use. We'll put it in the cart or hang it from the cart, whatever would be the proper way of preparing it. While we take an hour, we'll take a short rest, and I'm going to heal, Merit, and Glorback.
All right, I'd say have
1, 2. There we go.
either Senshi or Glorback make a survival check with advantage.
I believe.
Or I guess if you wanted,
Yeah, that would be
That
you.
is-
Senshi could use his cook's utensils.
Ooh, there you go. Yeah, I'll use my cook's utensils
Yeah, go ahead and do that with advantage.
because that's a +6.
Um, Nick, isn't this like the first encounter we've had since we've been in the city? Because I've only got 3 hit dice. And I don't think I've had to heal since we've left and like had like a full long rest.
Oh, that might be because I might have not pushed enough long rests for you guys to recover since your last time you used them.
Oops.
Uh, should definitely be at full. Uh, I would say, just because I don't want to accidentally push a long rest right now, feel free to roll the free ones that you should have to begin with, and then we can just so like roll the die, add the number, and we'll go from there rather than roll your actual hit dice.
We're gonna scan everything.
Yeah.
out of it, so-
Well, I think I've been healed enough, so I think I might only need 1. Let's see. Yeah, I only
Nice.
need
Plus your con. Yep. Nice.
Oh.
All right. Your strength also goes up back up to 13.
Nice. I was
From
hoping that would
7.
happen.
Yep.
Yeah. Merritt,
Yep.
like, did not give a shit. He just plopped down in the middle of the road. He's just glad that nobody came by in the last hour. Because he was not moving.
Yeah, so
You
we're gonna
kind
move
of see
over
over
a
the
little
course of
bit.
this hour as he's resting that these like almost these spectral showers almost seem to like rift off of Merritt like steam as they kind of glitter away as he recovers.
Gross.
Yeah,
All right.
gross.
Yeah.
This is a good
I'm
time
proud
for
of
our
it.
break.
Yes, yes, it is. I was actually about to say that before we get into anything else.
All right. So we will see you guys in 10 minutes. Thank you, Nick. Thank you again, Martian Cat and Ship of Fools. I appreciate it. Ship of Fools, you gonna let her just take that lead away from you like that? Come on.
Yeah, come on. Where's your competitive spirit?
Right. So we'll see you guys in 10 minutes.
All right.
I apologize for my tardiness. I had to take care of animals.
That's all right. Don't think Mantha's back either.
Samantha's been back. I
She never left.
sent my FK on the on the table. So
Well,
that is usually accurate. So I am back. I just hadn't said anything because nobody else had said anything. So I was just chilling.
fair enough. So as you guys finish your short rest, I will say the big frogman creature over kind of the course of the short rest dissolved into a pile of goo, with kind of like these little shadowy wisps kind of coming off of it as it completely dissolved over the course of the hour.
Would you like to actually push a short rest, please?
Oh, did I not? I will do that now because I forgot. I thought I did that. That's my bad.
Appreciate it.
Alrighty. As your short rest kind of comes to an end, what you guys doing?
All right, so I'm going to do another once over on the cart. And we'll walk beside the cart for a little while on one side and switch sides and walk for 100 feet or so, just watching, checking it, watching, and have Glorback do the same while, since she's guiding the horse at first, to see, to make sure we didn't miss anything. I'll hit it with mending if we did, and then jump back into the wagon, and Glorback will take over driving.
Alright.
As we travel throughout the afternoon, since he will do whatever he would do, season or marinate or whatever he would do with this fresh meat, as it prepare it to make it last longer.
Investigation.
What time is it now? Before we start moving it?
By the time you like finish your short rest, it is around noon. Um, so you guys kind of have an early lunch as you rest um, before heading out again.
All right, Mary's going to go ahead and cast his merits mark and keep concentration on it while we are traveling. So I'm doing that.
Alright. As you yeah, as you move on, continue your travel throughout the day. Um, Nothing else seems to harass you. You don't get any more tremors. Nothing else comes out of the woodwork to your left as you continue on with the rest of your day.
No rabbit squirrels,
Unaided.
because
Rabbit
if
squirrels.
there are, Blowback failed his job. I'm just saying. Big
Well,
bird,
not this time.
rabbit squirrels. That's all. That's all.
Yeah. You have about another day's worth of travel till you're truly past the forest entirely, so still time. Um, Regardless, Barnacle, as you are, investigating, you find looks to be like a couple of things, but then it's like, oh no, that's just the gray in the wood. So yeah, the car looks fine. No wheels are popping off or anything. As you kind of follow along with the cart, checking it. Essentially, makes meal plans for Frog, and uh, yeah, no, the rest of your day travels by uneventfully. Um, uh, in the day, you're able to kind of find, a nice little spot, uh, camp that's kind of, a section where like the forest kind of cuts back a little bit, so you have like a more of a clearing to rest in, and or just more a section where the forest is further back than it has been in the past, and able to uh, stop for the night and make camp. I don't know if any of you guys would like to do anything in particular for your night's watch. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, is the update the order of the watch. And actually, let me add Senshi and back into the watch order. Uh,
Throwing it out there, Merritt still prefers to take first watch so that he gets the longest uninterrupted sleep. So there's that. He still wants first watch.
Alrighty. Any preferences on Watch Barnacle or any ones that you just want to stick Senshi or Glorback on?
We'll have Glorback be 2 and Senshi 3, and I'll take 4 since Phoenix isn't here right now.
Okay. Ooh, 3. Not 43. 3.
Look, that's a lot of watches. 43 watches?
um, watching for an army.
For real.
I'll say as you guys take your night's watch, I'll have you all give me some perception checks.
Damn, Glorback has been like practicing looking out all day. He is in the zone. We didn't find any map birds, and we didn't find any rabbit squirrels, so I'd say he's doing his job.
Yeah. Something.
If you said something, we did not understand it.
Give me a second to type out something. Something that someone notices.
Yeah.
Huh.
Color the hair, you get step and I think they cost me
By the way, Glorback is still grappled and restrained. So that's
Yes.
and the horse is still prone, so things.
And there you go. Good call out. Alrighty.
I see. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the only thing of note that seems to really happen. Lorback is like hyper focused on watching every little rustling thing. Night creatures, starting to well, actually, the surprising lack of night creatures seemingly coming from the forest puts him off a little bit, but um, other than that, nothing seems to come from the forest or it makes noise in the night. Make noise in the night. As you guys complete your long rest, which I will remember to push this time, and you guys are able to continue traveling into the next day. I will need someone to give me a percentile die.
I think it's my turn.
Go ahead.
Okay, 66.
When we're doing like breakfast stuff, Merritt will go ahead and pipe up. Okay, so while you guys were all asleep during my watch, I got a message. So that hut that we really need to take care of that when we get back because that's related to all the weird, gross frogs. So that's definitely on the list. We should take care of that when we get back.
Yeah, that's why I had asked him if he had tracking. I'd planned on having him track it back to his lair, but we took our break, so I lost all train of thought.
Oops. Well, good thing is we figured out where they're coming from anyway. Woo.
So since you will be purifying food and drink, making sure that everything hasn't been that long since we got it, so everything should still be fresh. But he just does it as a habit now that he has more spell slots and stuff. He'll just do that in the morning as he gets things ready to go.
Alrighty.
He also has his chef's treats. And forgot about his chef's food, but his chef's treats. Has his proficiency bonus gone up? It has. Okay, good. So he has 3 now. All right, so he will give one to lower back. I can't see, but it should have given him 3 temporary hit points.
It did.
Oh, yes, it did.
And merit. All right, so Barnacle. Merit and Glorback will get the chef's treat.
Guys, you know what? We spent all that time and money to set up, and then I totally forgot to use last night. We have Lumen's tiny hut, and we did not use that. Oops.
Well, now you remember.
Mhm. You know, it's still new to him, so he doesn't like think of it every night.
Okay. As you guys go out on your travels, feel free to give me perception checks if you're keeping an eye out.
So I have a
if
question
you want to.
about this chef thing on the second part. It says special treats last 8 hours after being made. It doesn't say how many times he can do it. It just says it takes him an hour to do it. Can he do it multiple times throughout the day? As long as he takes an hour to do that.
Yes. Um,
Okay,
uh, if you take a short rest or over the course of an hour, he can make these little treats.
gotcha.
I will say he can only have um, like a number of treats or the effect active. Like
Right,
if he were to make treats, the benefits that other people have already have would go away if he makes new
gotcha.
ones. Is what I will rule. Because it doesn't really say, but also I'm pretty sure the temporary hit points go away on a short rest anyways. So or that's just what I'll rule. Because it doesn't really say. Right. As you guys are traveling, um, as you your morning kind of passes by uneventfully. Uh, Barnacle, as you're kind of like, you know, looking out, you kind of look out off the cliffside at certain points, and you do see kind of some clouds gathering on the horizon. Um, Give me a nature check. As you're kind of like looking and assessing and seeing kind of them darken a little bit. Um, you're pretty sure that they are storm clouds. But based off of your experience and estimates, you would expect in the next couple of days for the storm to probably hit the area you guys will be traveling. Um,
Okay.
but as for how bad of a storm will be, you're unsure. Just something to expect in the coming days. Um, yeah. And that's your morning kind of passes by uneventfully. Um, as you guys are kind of getting ready to stop for lunch, you guys find an area that has a this nice little uh, wow, words are blanking on me. Uh, um, you see a kind of pool of you know clear, still water that has like this willow tree kind of overhanging it. Um, as you kind of like are stopping and approaching, uh, Senshi and Barnacle, you notice one that the tree has looks like almost like a wizened older face kind of carved into it, kind of facing the pool in its trunk. And at the bottom of the little pool, there appears to be some gold coins all littered throughout the bottom. This pool is about of a diameter of 20 feet.
All right. Well, I don't have anything in my notes about any kind of tree ant or talking tree. And Merritt, do you think this tree is sentient? It looks like a face there.
I killed them. Stop.
Merritt's gonna go ahead and
Just let me shoot the minigun into the air.
take a look at the tree. I mean, if we want to spend, let me
What the
There's that. If we, if I don't figure anything out from looking at it, we could spend 10 minutes and I'll try casting Identify.
Well, I could just walk up to it. We can just walk up to it and talk to it. But um, just I don't remember anybody saying anything about this tree. It's pretty close to the cliff. You'd think somebody would have said something about it. Glorback, do you remember anything about
Mary,
people saying this?
Nick?
uh,
133. That's it.
words. As you're kind of assessing the tree and you're kind of about
Yep.
stuff as you're assessing the situation in kind of response to Barnacle's question, Glorba's like, well, always been rumors of guardians of the forest, but none that I've ever met. Um, but Merritt, as you're kind of looking at it, is like you're not seeing any like arcane carvings on it. As best as you can tell, it's not moving. It looks like it might just be like a carved face, or possibly the residual effect of magic cast on it long ago. Whether that was like an awakening spell that wore off, or um, some sort of speak with plants type spell. It looks more like magic was once cast on it, but doesn't appear to be active as best you can tell from a distance.
I mean, we kind of already saw the Guardian of this forest, right? Like, unicorn and everything. I don't think that this is what this is. Or at least, I don't. If it is, it's not that anymore.
Mom, what are you doing?
Probably.
I'm gonna look and do a rough estimate. Are we talking 5 gold? Or are we talking 5,000?
In the hundreds, maybe around 500. It's best you can estimate. It's like the entire bottom is like almost covered of this, and almost like a 15-foot diameter of this 20-foot wide pool. So it looks like it's good, like maybe 10 feet underwater, maybe 15 at the deepest.
I don't think I'm gonna do it.
I don't know. I don't trust this type of thing.
Mom, what
I'm gonna go and touch, go up and touch the tree,
Here's your answer, man.
sort of pat it, like where its cheek would be, or the side of its head, and see if it responds or moves or does anything.
Feels like a solid tree trunk. Kind of, feel kind of where the edge of the base is kind of carved, and does feel like it's a kind of carving into it, but almost like it was not quite carved from the outside. It you almost it's a weird feeling just looking at it, like how the cuts are, um, but it doesn't appear to react. Um, looking at it closely, it looks like the eyes are closed or like carved to be closed, and it's almost like leaning, or it almost looks like it's like kind of downward cast face wise. Um, but yeah, it doesn't appear to react anyway.
What time of day is it now?
It's getting close to noon. You guys were getting like ready to like find a spot to have lunch at the when you got here. So the sun is
Right.
very high in the sky at the moment.
Uh, well, I propose we stay here for an hour.
Okay, what's wrong with anything?
I'm gonna bring out my fishing rod
Oh my god.
and toss in my hook of fisher's delight, and hope I get an hour here.
All right. Roll your ability with advantage. So roll 2 and then take the better result. um, as you guys spend an hour's lunch, since she kind of cooks up the remaining frog meat and kind of, or at least some of it, and passes it out, having fried a couple of different spices. Same thing for dinner, but trying a little bit of a different combo this time, and still fresh and tastes pretty damn good for being a frog that kills you. You know, it's more satisfying for the fact that it tried to kill you and you guys killed it. The last of the
Because it
frog
tried
meat.
to eat us, and we ate it. You know what? At some point, you know, I gotta make a character that like only eats animals that would eat a person.
I actually saw something about that today, where like I only eat, things that I think would eat me, if given the chance. You
Mm.
eat chicken? Hey, you mean to tell me that if a chicken was the size, or was big enough to, feasibly eat a human, that I wouldn't?
I mean, yeah, chickens will eat anything. They'll eat other chickens. They will, you lose a finger. Sorry, it's gone now. Look. Anyway, um, so we're chilling here, having
So it finally works, thanks to the advantage.
yay.
And as we get ready to leave, I pull out this fish. We'll put it in the cart and wrap it and put it in the cart, and you can make it for dinner.
I mean, there's a bunch of coins at the bottom of the water here. Now that we're kind of done with spending our time here, I would like to mess around a little bit. And hey, man, I got cantrips, right? I can use these whatever the fuck I want. First off, just to like test the waters, Merritt's gonna cast Minor Illusion to make it look like a big chunk of the coins are gone, and see if like trees start waking up, things start coming from the forest or anything. Like, just seeing if the image of the coins being gone does anything. And if that doesn't do anything, I mean, I got Mage Hand, I got Molder, right?
I can see you through my window shooting.
Nothing seems to happen with it just making some disappear. You like wait a moment, they seem to react. You don't see any other trees coming out of the woods to, attack you. Yeah, nothing seems to happen.
All right.
I feel like I'm witnessing something.
I mean, that's a lot of money, right, guys? That's like a decent chunk. And Merrick's going to go ahead and cast Mage Hand and see if that Mage Hand is successful in grabbing a coin and lifting it out of the water.
I've been like one of those like.
All right. I did just look this up because I was curious if Mage Hand could be cast underwater or not, and it totally can be. I don't know why that would affect it, but I was like, oh, does water affect?
I have this
No,
yet.
it doesn't. So you cast Mage Hand, and it picks up one of the coins, or handful if you want.
No, I'm doing it with one. Testing the
Okay.
waters.
Yep. You grab one and start to drift it slowly up as it's in the as it's like still underwater. It doesn't seem to affect anything. But as the hand kind of extracts from the water, watches the coin kind of uh, dissipate into like a little bit of mist that kind of comes out of the water as the hand emerges.
Okay, guys, it's fake money. We've been looking at fake money this whole time. It's okay, guys. Don't worry, I figured that out for you. Let's get going then.
I mean, it does look
There's
like,
like
for all intents and purposes, the hand interacted with the coin as it should, and just until it left the water.
like
But
these coins
yeah,
only exist if they are in water. Yeah. As far as Merit's concerned, It's not real money. We're done here. He's ready to go. He's getting into the cart and stuff.
Damn, I just made 3,000.
All right, the rest of us who've been leaning back against the cart watching him do this stuff, well, sit up and resume our normal things. I don't know if Glorback wants to walk or if he's been riding, but send one of the two, either Sensi or Glorback, are driving, and then
Has proficiency.
I am in the cart.
Lorbeck loves driving, so generally does that.
And Sensi will ride.
Yeah, you do a basic. I was on that.
I think we're all riding. So, why have a card if you're not using it, right?
Fucking drool always be.
Alrighty.
So I've been moving the token on the Crystal Heart region map. I don't know if it's correct or not.
0.
You guys are about
Customer.
here, I'd say,
Working.
by the end of your second day, as the rest of your travel that day goes by uneventfully, and kind of as you get towards the end of the day, you kind of clear the last of the trees, kind of, and get closer to where the more rolling hills kind of starts.
Oh, afford this. Thank you.
No.
I guess I should. Motivational Mondays. Oh
I'm
my,
just making a note of something real quick.
are working for a third. You laugh.
So I'm going to be watching this storm as we travel. Does this look like? Does this have any? The priest in the Agdar temple told me there was a storm brewing on the horizons of the Scale Lands. Does this look like something of that magnitude, or was what the priest said more of a just an omen of things to come?
I can do this, right?
You are aware that the priest was more referring to an omen of things to come. But sometimes
Yikes.
Sometimes there's also an actual story.
yeah, well, sometimes things that are of you know more of an omen are preceded by something very similar to what you believe the omen to be. But uh, you're unsure if this is related to that. This could be possibly a literal interpretation of the warning you were giving, but you were confident that they meant more of an omen of things to come rather than something literal. Um, yeah. Da-da. I'll have you guys give me some watches again, or some perception checks for watches again that night. So I'll just push to you
Hey,
real quick.
using the Lehman's tiny hut this time. You're welcome,
Alrighty.
guys. Says that you can fit 9 medium creatures, so I think that's enough for it.
You can fit your horse in there with you guys, but not the cart. Or you could just do it over the cart if you're sleeping in it. But that's not necessarily the most comfortable.
You have to find 5 more medium creatures.
Yeah.
Those are zombies. Stand to look at, please. And run towards you.
Merritt, during your watch, as you're kind of just keeping out, you see the forest in the distance. You're, yeah, it's like forest is behind you. Totally, not going to have any more possible encounters with the squirrel. Like, um, And
I'm
as you're kind of like thinking that,
that squirrel is not welcome in this well. It is not welcome.
yeah,
Whatever.
no, like as you're thinking that, you hear a thud above you,
Oh my
as or sorry, not above, on the side, and then like kind of hear it kind of scampering up the side of the dome as you kind of like look out like towards where the hills are, as you see this a feral squirrel like get her and it's like goes over the top of the
Merit is like giving
dome.
it double birds over here. Get fucked, stupid squirrel! Not
It hears
today!
you. Yeah. Uh, if I remember correctly, the dome is opaque on the outside unless you make it see
Oh my god.
through.
Um,
So it can't see you.
let me check. Let me check real quick.
Uh,
That's a good thing. I should know that.
227. Ooh, I'm so close.
Um, yeah, the dome is opaque from the outside, but it is transparent from the inside. Wait,
yeah. So
so
it
knowing
hears
that,
you as far as yeah.
so knowing that, this squirrel is like a homing beacon. It's not even like a normal squirrel that's like tracking me. It's like it just knows where I am. That's fun.
Could have seen you put it up. Who knows?
It could have if it's being a fucking stalker. Um, you know, a normal thing to say about a squirrel. Um,
But you see it like it hears you. It kind of hisses down at the dome. See it scamper around the top of it for a little bit, before it slides down and then scampers back off into the hill.
dear diary, the squirrel came back again today.
That's gotta be.
Anyway, that's fun.
In the morning, Barnacle's going to wander off a little bit and leave some food for Merit Bane.
Yes, bitch, yes. No, I don't know what this is. Mmm. Okay.
Uh, Merritt's going to go ahead and let Glorback know that I saw some squirrels in the area. You gotta keep your eyes open, okay? That's what you're looking out for. Squirrels, large birds.
I saw no squirrels on my watch, or
Well,
any animals.
I saw one on mine.
Actually, quite
and I
concerning.
know it's nearby.
Seeing some animals is actually a good sign. I've been actually a little worried over the past couple of days. I've heard no animals from the forest
No,
besides the
honestly,
frog.
I don't think this counts as an animal. Okay? Like, I am being so serious with you. I'm not sure that thing's actually a squirrel.
Alrighty, back to being worried about the forest. Got it.
Yes. Continue being worried about the forest. That squirrel doesn't count.
Um, could someone give me a percentile dice as you guys
It's your
begin
turn.
your journey?
So we're going to do the same thing. Since you will make the treats, give it to the same 3 people. And I'm going to do a little prayer. Since you will also pray over the do his purification of the food and do a quick prayer over the people. And Barnacle will do more of a prayer over the cart and the horses and things.
And Merritt's over there studying his spellbook.
All right. 25.
Little doodles of dead squirrels in the margins.
You don't know, actually. Like, if you get like close enough to like see his spell book, he's like actually like pretty like secretive of it. He'll like kind of like hold it up to his chest so you don't see what's inside of it. You know, maybe it's like a dual like spell book / diary or whatever. So you know, you never know when he's got that thing around.
As you make your way kind of further along the cliff side, with being more and more hills off to the distance, you know, most of your day is uneventful. Skies are still kind of clear. You see the storm rolling in off the horizon. You have a estimate that'll probably hit you in the next day or so. But as you kind of get just past midday, around 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you guys kind of hear off in the distance, in the hills, the sounds of uh, moos, of what, multiple creatures kind of mooing, kind of just behind some of the hills that are just to your west or to the west. Sounds like a herd of cows and a couple of other animals that nothing distressing. We hear this, kind of the generic sounds of a couple of other animals also kind of mixed in with the cows mooing. But that's just what primarily kind of sticks out to you. Kind of behind a couple of hills to the west.
As long as it's not a bird with big sharp teeth and a sharper gaze, I think we're okay.
Creeper, why would you do that to me?
I want to go check it out. Glorback, come with me. Merritt, you gonna stay here?
Right, you gave me a good tip.
Or
I
you
will
coming with?
stay here and guard the cart for you.
So Senchi and Merritt will stay back. Glorback and Barnacle will go look and see what it is.
Oh my goodness.
Don't expect there to be wild cows out here. If there are, then they're good eats. So
As you press, uh, kind of one of the hills with Lorbeck in tow, um, you see a sizable herd of cows mixed in with what appears to be some goats and some deer. Uh, Looks to be like more like reindeer, kind of all mixed together, all kind of being tended to and overseen by this hill giant. Um, Getting kind of a closer look, you recognize this hill giant as Cug, the kind of cow herder you guys met on your way towards Rummy's place. You kind of can see at the moment he's kind of like holding one of the cows, kind of like stroking it and seemingly checking its hooves before it kind of sets it down. He has not noticed you guys yet.
I'll say, Glorback, go get Merritt. Tell him he needs to come here right away.
Yeah, Glorback is like, oh, yes, and he kind of, goes back over. Um, Merritt, Barnacle says you should join us. There's a herd of animals tended to by a hill giant that said that you should go and join them right away.
Oh. Yes, I will. I think I know who he's talking about. And then we're going. I think Senshi is still with the animals. So, I think our horse is still fine. So, yes, I'm going with him. I'm joining Barnacle.
Yeah, you rejoin with Barnacle. It's not too like you went too far, and you guys kind of see you see Cug, tending to the various animals he's seemed to found into his herd. It does seem like his herd has grown since you last talked to him.
Is it
That or he had more to it than you guys last saw.
we're quite a ways from where we last saw him? I think this is the same guy.
Yes. I mean, I'm about to find out. And Barrett will go ahead and emerge from whatever shrubbery we are hiding behind and call out, Hug, my good friend, you're quite a ways from where we last saw you.
You see he turns and it's like uh kind of eyes kind of light up in recognition. It's like, ah, friend Eathling, uh, ooh, friend of cows, friend of mine. Good to see you again. Or well, yeah, he says along those lines. A little broken up.
I'll follow slowly.
Yeah. Says like, oh yes, friend Tiefling. Mary's kind of like muttering like over his shoulder, or actually, he doesn't need to. Barnacle, you hear in your head. I told you it was the same person, and he is continuing forward.
Uh, yeah, spots Barnacle's like, small friend, welcome. It's you know, good to see you again. Uh, do get around, but it, many animals needing care of in this area. So made trek. As like you help friends animals as well.
Uh-huh.
Uh, we're here for a different reason, but do you have any animals that are in need of saving again?
Kind of like has his hand up and seems to like give big thinking energy. Like scrunches up his face. No, our animals good now, protected. Um, just scared. Many seem to be abandoning home, but I give no home.
Hmm. Yes, well, I must warn you. I heard about some sort of large bird with big sharp teeth and a sharper gaze that's along the edge of the cliff. Maybe that's what's driving them out.
I know Big Bird as well.
Yeah. No, I
Bird
think I'm lying, obviously.
come from west, but is up, but is come from mountains, but uh, being in
Laughing.
the area more and more. But that is not what they been afraid of. They seem to flee um, home towards even more danger, like the bird.
Do your animals perhaps need some water? Merritt, could you make a trough like 5 feet long and
Golden
about
scissors?
3 feet wide, maybe a foot deep?
Yeah, and Merritt has Move Earth, so he's gonna start working on that.
I'll take the um, decanter of endless water and fill it.
Oh, good. Save, save light to find good sauce. Come eat this, drink, and he just kind of like herds his animals. You see, like he kind of reaches in, picks up some of the smaller ones and plops them right next to it when they're like taking too long, stuff like that. Ooh, good friends, good friends. Happy to meet again. You need cheese?
Yes. I am all out of your cheese. It is so good.
It's very
Oh, good. Good. He claps his head like he seems very happy at the that you enjoyed the cheese. Uh, yeah, he kind of reaches into his bag and pulls out several more cheese wheels. Give me a second. I'm trying to find my little table here, and I think I just overwent it. Um,
I find it a little bit funny that Nick rolled that on like a loot thing, and then he's like, you know what? This character just has cheese now. That's just his thing.
No, it's
yep. I sworn it was this book. Da da da. Just seeing that he might give you a little. Oh, it's just much farther in the book. That's why. Yeah, he presents you guys with 5 more cheese wheels. Um,
Hell yeah.
Nice.
uh, um,
Oh, I do have I have one left. So I'll put this in the party sheet, and you can change. I don't know if we can change the number.
I probably can if you
Yeah, I
throw it
can't.
in there.
So if you want,
All right.
make it 6.
Now 6. There we go.
Oh hey, just a little note. You know how earlier when my strength score went down, and you're like, hey, by the way, you're encumbered now. Yeah, guess who was carrying the cart? You know, I am now 200 pounds lighter, feeling a lot
That
better.
makes more sense. Um, well, glad you figured. It's like, huh? That seems like a lot. But I just wasn't thinking. I had other stuff on my mind. Um, he was like, also like, I made friendship tokens. And you see, he kind of pulls out a couple of antlers. Um, that looks to be like these, big reindeer antlers that are like, decent sized, but like he are very like small in his hands. It look like they've been kind of carved with you know, these
Oh,
different little like um they look they look a little crude, but like but they're relatively small compared to his hands. But they have like these pictures of cows, goats, and deer and reindeer that have like kind of carved into them. It's like,
Cool.
yeah, for you, one for you, and he hands you each like an antler that's like from a reindeer. It's like decent sized. You guys like have, but you're able to carry it.
this is definitely gonna have to get like strapped to the cart. But
eh,
I'm not uh wow. This looks like it took you a lot of work. What was the Say, have you ever met a druid uh that runs Gorarash's animal sanctuary?
Uh,
It looks like a big lizard, walking lizard.
Sorry, not to just throw that at you out of the blue, but figure he's a friend of animals. Might be friends with him too.
been long time, but yes, seen friend gore. Meet more often friend Zol, friend turtle.
Ah, yes, Zolbit. He's a friend of ours as well.
Has nice animals, friend gore. Some some big furry, six-legged animals as well. Big Sniff. Uh, I miss Big Sniff now. But other priorities, like he wouldn't say priorities, like other friends need taking care of.
How do I spell his name again?
Or
I feel this is stupid, but like,
Who his?
Pug is spelled Cug.
Okay.
okay,
In the people, places, and players.
thanks. Just making like a tiny little note in my notes. Um,
Mhm.
hey Barnacles, can you think of anything that we should be asking him?
So you have goats now. Are any of them looking for good home? We could always use some fresh milk.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, I'm better at that than I thought.
Damn, nice.
Uh, yeah. You see, Cug looks like born for a second before he's like, "Well, uh, little Greyhorn is lost his mommy recently and hasn't been getting along well with the others. If uh you are looking to have new furry friend, I would he could use a new home."
So I'll go over to it and I'll ask him some more, questions on what it eats and stuff like that, um,
Okay.
and we will take it and tie it to the back of the cart.
Merritt is making a mental note that we absolutely cannot let something happen to this fucking goat.
Yeah, no.
Like the
Pug
Jurassic
is
Park,
more
we
than
can
happy
just
to give you all the information.
tie it to a stake every night, and that way the monsters will attack it first, and then we can kill the monsters.
Yeah, for sure. That is definitely the correct use.
No, he knows since he will really like the milk. He can possibly make his own cheese, depending on how much this thing produces. If nothing else, 5 of us will have milk.
Here, I hear
Little
the.
Greyhorn.
Oh my god!
By the way, have you guys you want your horse to be named?
That's a good question.
You don't have to name it if you don't want to. Or I guess I could technically would have had a name before you bought it, but at the same time, it could be whatever you want.
Terrans.
Parents. There it goes.
I don't know. All
I'm
right.
fine with Terrence.
A little bit. It's funny.
Cool.
Well, as you guys kind of part ways, like I must be getting back to the west, or back towards the where sun rises. Speak in simple terms. Uh, if you are heading that way, be careful. Big bird was spotted in that area. Seemingly might migrated from mountains to cliffside, I believe.
And you will need to watch for some sort of shelter because next I'll tell him when the storm is supposed to hit. There's a big storm, lots of rain and thunder and lightning, and dangerous for you and the animals. So you may want to hunker down, find a cave or area of trees or something.
Hmm. Thanks for warning. But we had an extra day. We'll pursue shelter. Safe travels, friend. Okay. And with that, you guys part ways. Now having a goat. Um,
Achievement unlocked.
friend of giant. uh, yeah, and with that, you guys, part ways. You start making your way, you know, further north. Um, Getting kind of close to the end of the day, the first little bits of rain start to hit as the storm starts to close in. Nothing, too serious yet, but it seems like it's only gonna pick up as the night and next day goes on.
Are we able to
I guess knowing that the storm will be closing in, are you going to try and look for shelter yourselves as you travel northward?
What would
Yes.
be? Yeah, we also have the Leoman's tiny hut, but
Yep, there it is.
I will
That-
definitely
The
help.
horse can't get in there.
only lasts for 8 hours. So
Snoop Dogg Jones.
Yep. Give me a,
Let's get him.
we'll call this a survival check. Someone could roll with advantage, as I'm assuming people are helping each other. As you guys are looking for shelter for the night.
So you, Glorback.
Okay.
Dude, I didn't realize.
Glorback is going to go ahead and roll. You want me to do this in chat or in the tower?
Yeah.
Go and chat.
Okay. Let me roll it with Glorback's dice. He's been rolling hot today, and Merritt hasn't. So, what did I say?
Very
Yeah.
nice.
You guys are able to you kind of go a bit further inland, and you're able to find a what looks to be an abandoned cave that's not too big, but it is just big enough to kind of fit all of you guys in, along with the horse and the goat. The cart kind of has to stay outside though.
Okay. Is it So, since we're able to fit in it, kind of just barely, am I able to like cast Demon's tiny hut like across the entrance to keep anything from getting in?
You could. Um, as a note, you do have to stay within the confines of the hut
Yeah.
for the duration.
Well, I mean, it's not the worst place to be.
Yeah.
Somebody like
Um,
bring the food out to me or whatever. But
you could also do it so like it's part way into the cave and just all your allies can like move through it,
yeah,
but you aren't like completely outside. But yeah, no, the cave entrance is like small enough to where you are able to, cast a spell and it kind of goes part way, into the rock wall, and you know, kind of part of
that
the
is
cave.
all
But
I can ask for. Yes, that sounds perfect. I just
yeah, no,
figured
you guys are able.
we're not the only things looking for shelter in the storm, and I'd rather not like meet something a little bit more dangerous than us, also looking to get out of the rain.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Rise up.
You guys are, able to hunker down and start your long rest. I'll have you guys give me some perception checks again for your night's watch.
You know what? We're almost done for the night, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my advantage on that, just to just to see,
So
right?
bad.
It's a good idea.
I rolled worse, so it's fine.
We both rolled
Fine.
4s, so there you go. 13 is better.
This one's more bearable.
Yeah. Merritt, your
Actually,
watch goes largely uneventful. You do like hear kind of the moving of some other animal, seemingly kind of like running about, kind of looking for shelter in the night. But you don't like see anything. Um,
Ooh, I'm making the outside of the bubble that's opaque look like grayish, like the rock. So, trying to blend it in a little bit. Came as an afterthought,
Yep.
but that's cool.
that makes sense. Lorbeck, kind of during the course of his watch, there's a couple of these, like a small little pack of these weird looking wolves, as he describes them. Kind of seemingly kind of passes by, seem to be really confused by the fact that there's not a cave entrance there before like leaving shortly after. At least that's what he reports in the morning. Um, Other than that, the you watches go by relatively uneventfully. Barnacle, you're kind of just taking in the storm. Kind of just
And I'll be walking out
uh,
5 or 10 feet, standing and then standing in the storm and just reaching for out and feeling the energies and trying to tap into it and
Immediately get
praying and
struck.
stuff.
you kind of like as it kind of starts to thunder over the course of the night, and you kind of like feel the little static in the air as the storm starts to rage on. Not scared, but almost empowered by it.
Fly my kite made with a wire string.
And you kind of feel like a little bit of stacked to the air. Your holy symbol seeming to um, almost buzz with electricity, along with your the canter. Yeah, it's been you're blessed decanter.
Mm-hmm.
And that the night goes by uneventfully as the storm kind of starts to rage on. As you kind of wake up in the morning, the storm is still kind of full effect, kind of full force. It's thundering. It's at first you're like unsure if the sky or if the sun had risen or not because it's kind of dark outside due to how dark the clouds are. But it's like no, it's definitely up, but it's like you know thundering and raining heavily. Um, Not enough to where you wouldn't necessarily be able to travel, but it definitely will hinder your travel somewhat if you choose to travel during the storm.
Uh, Barnacle, how long do you think this storm might last? I'm okay if we add an extra day to our travel and just stay inside.
I agree. We should not travel in the storm. As far as how long it's going to last,
Give me a nature check.
not long enough, in my opinion. Shows the true
You're pretty
might of
sure the worst of
Agdar.
it should be. Yeah, you're pretty sure the worst of it will be have passed over by tomorrow. Probably it'll probably still be raining, but the majority of it will have passed over and should be safe to travel tomorrow.
It'll be safer for the cart and the animals. Probably in the morning.
All right. Congrats. We have acquired a day of downtime. Wow.
Is there anything you guys would like to do with your day of downtime?
I'm going to spend most of it outside. I'll go and I'll find a rock or stump or something and sit for a while and then go somewhere else and try to get as high as I can a couple times throughout the day on top of this hill and stuff, and just spending time in prayer and then just again just tapping into it, trying to feel when I can, how close I can come to predicting when a lightning is going to strike and from what direction and that type of thing. Just trying to become one with the storm.
All right. You know, due to how we do inspiration for this campaign, it's kind of a little bit of mute point, but Barnacle, you gain a point of inspiration, I'd say, from the storm. Um, but
Nice.
I think we'll call the session there as you guys, unless Merritt, there's anything you wanted to point out that you did during the day.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything. Other than practicing my forgery skills from that one governor's handwriting. I still got that letter of introduction, so Merritt is practicing his handwriting.
Alrighty. Yeah, you spend some downtime doing stuff.
Yeah. It's either you pay early.
Yeah, and we'll end it there for the night as the you guys spend some time kind of contemplating
Work.
um, travel or your journey and the well, at least for some of you, surprisingly calm storm um
Nice.
kind of rages on, kind of passing by.
When your boss just doesn't show up.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Nick. Appreciate it.
Thank you for DMing.
Yeah, no, hope you guys had fun. I was actually really happy when Tug came back up.
Yeah.
It's fun bringing back some characters like that.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for DMing. I'm glad. Even though the squirrel made an appearance, it was thwarted by being a good wizard.
Yeah.
That actually remembered to cast the spell that I acquired explicitly for this purpose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was a good session. Those shadow creatures were kind of freaky. I'm over here just, oh no, I liked the roleplay aspects of it.
Yeah, no, they're really nice. There are one of the few low level creatures that are a threat no matter the level you're at.
True.
Yeah, they're resistant to almost everything, so it makes it tough. Half damage on almost
And
everything.
That
yeah,
destroy
that and the strength
much.
drain is.
Yep.
Imagine
yeah.
having to deal with two of those things at once instead of just one.
Yeah. I was very happy we killed two of them with the right off the bat, so that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, sir. Well, thank you so much. We will be back here not Sunday, but we will be back here next Wednesday, and then next Thursday we are here. I believe that is still on 6th. Yeah, we should be fine for the 6th. And we'll be doing some traipsing through the frost giant layers. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day. Say goodnight, guys.
Good night.